Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 378 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Fantastic. If this is the first time you're ever seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where sometimes Sean tries to block out the light that is
I'm trying to
reflecting
get equidistant
from the equator. Sometimes we talk about video games every other week or so. Is the podcast where we do things. This is what happens. This is why I don't go. Oh, that hurts when I do that. If you really like us,
for some reason,
you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop, where we got a lot of different benefits for you people. But the most popular tier is the $5 tier, where you can watch us record the podcast live on YouTube, as we are doing right now. You also get a bonus episode every month. Usually we don't set those free for everybody, but the one a couple weeks ago we wanted to because it was a lot of fun. And if you miss the live recording, you get the podcast live on YouTube one day early. Some of our patrons deserve shout outs. Just like our patron saint, the man with the bar named after him, Mr. John Tangley. As well as our affiliates, Mr. Derek Bamford, Mr. James Solar. Make sure you check out James Games and more on YouTube. And Mr. Mom.
Dang it.
Also our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, and Dustin Downs, who's killing it in the fantasy. I'll send out an update tomorrow.
I think I might be winning.
Well, yeah, because you've got a one-game average of 90, whatever it is.
I'll take it.
What game did you have? Oh,
Split
It Takes Two.
Nailed it.
4 years late. If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can always go to teespring.com/store/2playercoop. I need a haircut, but my hair cutter don't got no openings before we go out of town.
Have just do it.
No.
Do your mohawk again.
No.
No.
I got Subway and I got the Boss. Do you know what the Boss is? It's the thing I used to always make before they became it a thing. Do they even call her that anymore? I just realized
she's the CEO.
Okay. It's just meatball sub, but then you add the giant pepperonis. Yeah.
That's the Boss?
That's the Boss. And I used to make it before they had it.
I pretty much only go to Subway. So they have the different sub of the day now.
It's sub of the day.
On
every day.
But on Thursday, it's like a Chipotle chicken something.
I always see that. And I'm like, I'm afraid to get it.
Oh, it's good.
Really?
I get that on Thursdays for lunch most weeks. And then other than that, I just do like what do they call it? The Subway, not the Club. Club is ham, turkey, roast beef. There's another one that's ham, turkey, and bacon. And I get that. I don't get it toasted. I just like it cold.
Even the bacon?
Well, they microwave the bacon.
Oh, okay.
But I don't like toast the sandwich. I don't want melted cheese. I like a cold
yeah.
sandwich. Oh, God. That's all I ever go to Subway for. I used to get the steak and cheese a lot with like the Chipotle sauce on it.
I always just get the Italian. Unless I get a meatball. Is what I meant. I forgot to finish the sentence there. But yeah.
Or the Boss.
That's what I meant.
But do you ever get a meatball without
Not anymore,
the Boss?
I guess. No.
Yeah.
Remember the chicken pizziola? Do you remember that?
I remember it being a thing. I don't think I ever got
it. It was just cut up chicken breast strips.
With marinara.
Pepperoni,
mozzarella.
and cheese. Oh my God, it was so good. Oh, and then they stopped carrying it. And when I worked at AT&T or something, I would go there and they'd be like, oh yeah, we know what it is. I'll make it for you.
Do you remember Quiznos?
Yeah, and I forgot they went out of business.
I don't know if they did.
Oh.
But I haven't seen them in a while. Maybe they did. When I was in college, back when I topped the scales at 200 pounds, I'm not saying this was an everyday thing, but it was like a once a week thing. I would go to Quiznos. I would get a meal, which was like a whole sub, which I think was a little bit more than a foot long. And it was some kind of chicken. It was more or less like a chicken bacon range. I don't remember what they called it, but that's the gist of it. And a drink and a cookie. And this is before I was drinking diet soda. That sandwich, that cookie was about that big, and that Coke, not Diet Coke.
2,500?
It was about 2,000 calories. Like, I don't eat 2,000 calories in a day now.
Yeah.
I knocked that out at lunchtime.
Yeah.
Back in college. Oh, God, it was so good.
What I remember from college, I've never liked Quiznos because they just toast everything. And I was like, I don't even want to go there because I don't want it toasted. You're going to toast it, or I'm going to feel like an idiot for not toasting it because it's what
Wait,
you
so
do.
do you get your Boss toasted?
I said toast it just for a few seconds.
That's even worse. You just toast it or don't.
I just want the cheese to melt.
Just lightly toasted.
And I don't know if they still have like a microwave. Oh yeah, I guess they do. Have
They
a
do,
microwave.
for the bacon.
So I could say just.
I
heat
mean,
it up.
for whatever.
But anyways, what I loved in college was it was freshman year when I discovered it, and it's such a basic bitch thing. By the way, do you remember? I don't know why this was stuck in my head today, but do you remember? I thought you were flexing on me. the Superman song. Oh no, that's not it. The Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay.
Yeah.
You remember when every white girl around was singing, "Now watch me shit sip." Watch me shit sip. God dang it.
It's like the league.
Why? Shit zippers? Yes. What is this on my face? Now watch me sip on Chardonnay.
I don't remember. I remember the actual song. I don't remember that.
Maybe it was just, you weren't in Memphis when that was a thing. Maybe that it was just around. Maybe it's a Southern thing. Anyways, I don't know how oh yeah. Freshman year. Basic. Oh, that's how I got
You
there.
drank
Okay.
Chardonnay?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm
No.
still confused on where
Because
this
I
is
said
going.
I'm a basic bitch, and I was like, oh yeah, that basic thing was stuck in my head. Was that the what I loved to get at the what's it called? The dining hall was just it's just a fried chicken sub. And it was just like it was almost like it wasn't chicken tenders, but it wasn't a breast. It was
Chicken
almost
cutlet?
like an oval, probably not even real chicken.
It's like a giant chicken nugget.
kinda, yeah.
Giant flat
But it
chicken
had
nugget.
like it wasn't just flat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it. It was probably just a big breast. Anyways, it was just the fried chicken, lettuce, tomato, mayo, and it was like the bacon was always so crunchy, and the crunch of that, along with just like the juicy of the chicken, was just like, oh my god, I could have eaten it every day.
Remember the cheeseburger sub at Drex?
Yeah, that's all we ate because we were like, I'm scared of vegetables.
Oh, so good.
It was so good. What was it? Just 2 patties,
2 all meat patties, special sauce,
lettuce cheese on a sesame seed bun.
bun.
Never had it. Don't want that.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, that's good. Good times.
Again, if anybody ever went to Wendy's and you had a super bar, let us know. Sean,
Yes.
we have wittily bantered. Do you have any other witty banter?
I just came back from, well, not just, a few days. When was that? That was almost a week ago now.
Yeah.
Got back from New Orleans. There was some kind of like party going on.
It rhymes
Mardi's
with party.
something.
Never mind. Stupid. Mardi Gras.
Went to Mardi Gras. Was supposed to take the train.
When Brittany was telling me this,
I ordered. I bought my train tickets originally, and they were at like 6:45 in the morning. And then at some point, I guess a plane could do the same thing, but I don't know. A couple months ago, well, it probably was not, maybe a month or so ago, I got an email from Amtrak saying, by the way, we changed your train. Sorry for any inconvenience. So now it's leaving at like 4:45. I'm like, well, it is what it is, but okay, I'll get there a little earlier. So I'm
actually, planes do that. That's how Jess a few years ago missed her flight with the kids to go see Allie in North Carolina.
Really?
Because we just didn't check it. We didn't think there was a need to, and it had changed from like leaving it.
Well, they at least told me
8:30.
like 3 weeks in advance.
I think
but
they
I'm
did
still
too,
like,
but she just you see an email and
Well,
you just assume it's
yeah.
spam. So yeah.
So 4:45, I had to get there at about 4, which means I got to leave a little after 3, which means I got to get up around 2:30. I think I got up at 2:45. I get up. Oh, it's delayed. Well, I'm not going back to sleep now. I might as well just go ahead and get ready. It's delayed again. Delayed.
When do they tell you what the issue is?
Brittany looked into it while I was in the shower, and she said, hey, I'm just like you can track a
Flight aware, yeah.
Yeah, you
Flight
can do the
view,
same thing for
whatever.
train. It's like it stopped in the middle of, I don't know, Illinois. Not in the middle of Illinois. Southern Illinois. And it just stopped.
It literally
for like
stopped.
2 hours, and then it started going again. And then it stopped again. And then it was delayed, and then delayed, and then delayed. And we're looking, I'm like, it's not moving. I'm like, at some point, I need to just, I don't want to sit around waiting until 11 o'clock and be like, oh, it's not coming. I should probably go ahead and leave. So
It
I'm like,
blew up. Yeah.
so I'm on the phone with my credit card company because they have like travel protection, but they're like, well, it wasn't canceled. Your
I didn't
thing
hear
was
this part.
delayed, but
And you're choosing.
it's not like it was delayed
It.
and I was stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
It's delayed and I was stuck at home. So they basically said, we can't really do anything. Amtrak, for all it's worth, did say,
Sorry.
we'll
do it.
full refund, take it. I'm like, fine. So I'm doing the math in my head. I'm like, the amount of money I spent on the train ticket, which I had long since written off, I can more than pay. Well, actually, it was about breaking even for just paying for parking at the hotel and gas all the way down and back. And I get there a little bit earlier and I get home sooner.
But also, you're on no sleep.
But I have
No
to
sleep.
drive. Yeah. So anyways, I eventually decided to just cut bait and drive, whatever. It's an easy drive. You've driven
5.5
New Orleans.
hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just once, but yeah.
Oh, for the cruise, yeah. This was going to be like kind of a test run to see if we wanted to take the train for the cruise.
Get so much for
I'm
that.
never taking this train. I've lost all faith. It may have just been a fluke, but I needed it. It wasn't there for me. I'm done. We're never taking that train again.
What?
Madrid.
Oh, I didn't see it. It auto-corrected that. I just typed it. And then
Sean goes to Madrid.
all I saw was
Gras.
that it auto-capitalized it. And I was like, okay, it did it right. I didn't even look that it said Madrid Gras.
So yeah, I got
So
there.
you finally got there.
I got there. It was fine. It's really not a bad drive, but like I got there. I have no idea. It was Sunday. I got there Sunday around lunchtime. I barely, in hindsight, got to the hotel before they like blocked everything off. I got to the hotel
Oh, okay.
about 15, 20 minutes before Jason
What the
and
hell would
Larry
you have had to do? Just find a garage?
go a long way around.
Yeah, okay.
That's what they ended up having to do. They GPS had not yet updated with, hey, all these
Sorry,
roads
you
are
can't
blocked
go
off
this way.
now. Yeah, so they had to go a whole long way around, whatever. But it was a lot of fun. If you've ever just been to New Orleans and just had the New Orleans experience, it wasn't that much different. It was just that like turned up a couple notches, but it was still just New Orleans, but it was a lot of fun. I ate all the good food, saw a bunch of parades. The parades, the floats were like
You saw some famous peeps.
insane. I saw Shaq. He was like the king of the whatever parade that was, or crew. I think that was Bacchus. I didn't see Anthony Mackie till he was like long past us. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was interesting. I feel like it was very much when I went to Oktoberfest, I left and I was like, I need to do that again sometime. When I left Mardi Gras, I'm like, I don't know that I need to do that again. Like, I love New Orleans. I feel like I already want to go to New Orleans more than I do. But I'm like, I don't know that I need to do Mardi Gras again. But now I already kind of miss it. And I'm like, but I think it's more that I miss New Orleans more than I miss Mardi Gras. But it was fun. It was definitely an experience. It was a bucket list kind of thing. Had some craziness. But yeah, I survived, made it home. I'm in one piece.
And you got over your sickness, whereas I still
I haven't really.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm
mine's
like
lingering.
on the tail end of it. But this is what, when I get sick now, I get 90% of the way better in a few days, and then it takes me like 3 weeks to get rid of that last 10%.
That's
like
me,
it just
like-
lingers forever.
Oh yeah, we haven't podcasted since then. I got like 2 weeks ago. I got the double whammy. I got COVID and the flu, which was awesome.
Fluvid?
I just went in there thinking I had a sinus. What did you say?
Fluvid?
Yeah. Oh, that hurt whenever I go E. Oh, it's like only when I make the E sound.
Don't say E for the rest of the podcast.
When I went there, I was like, I've just got a sinus infection. I just hope you guys can give me a Z-Pack or something. They're like, okay, all right, come back here. We're going to test you. I was like, test? Like, yeah, anybody that's got sinus symptoms, we have to test them for COVID and flu. I was like, okay. Oh, that's not so bad anymore. Okay, go out there and wait. And Mr. White, you can come back.
Yeah, I
now.
feel like it used to be like,
It was in your brain. Yeah.
yeah. Now it's just like, ooh, right in the nostril.
She's like, oh, well, Mr. White, yep, you did test positive for flu B and COVID. I was like, wait, what? I thought I had a sinus infection. Nope. Like, well, all right. And it's still lingering to this day.
got long COVID.
Not really. I mean, I never felt bad. The only thing I ever felt bad was I would wake up with sinus pressure, but then I'd take Sudafed and it would go away for most of the day. Around this time, it would start to come back. I would wake up with sinus headaches and stuff for about a week, but throughout the day, I was fine. Now it's all coming back to me.
Celine Dion.
Yes, Sean. Thank you.
I understood that reference.
When does he say that's Avengers 1? Right? When they're all sitting around the table and he's like, I understood that reference. I don't remember what the joke was.
I think it's 2. I think it's...
No, because I've only seen that once.
I don't think it's the first one.
I don't know.
Because I feel like he wasn't that funny yet. I feel like he was still pretty like...
Well, no, that's why he was such a jackass when he has to fight himself. He's like, oh my God, really, this guy? Like,
I'm going to look it up.
I got nothing else banterly to witter. Do you have anything, Sean?
Have we talked about what we're playing? Is that separate from this?
We're about to.
Cap understands that reference.
Yeah, see, that's Avengers 1. Yeah, Loki. Low key, it was Loki that it was about Loki.
Oh, and that's when he does...
Oh, that meme. I understood that reference.
Wow, 2 memes in one.
So what was it? It was about Wizard of Oz or something, I guess?
All I heard was flying monkeys. And
It must
Thor was still all like pretty boy instead of... Yeah. Wow, you played a lot.
I have been busy.
I haven't really played much.
Have you?
I haven't really...
Save that one for last. We'll talk. The one that we both played, the one that's separate.
Oh, I was looking at this list. I'm like, yeah, okay. I haven't really wanted to play anything. I don't know. Does Casey listen to this? Will he listen to this before tomorrow?
No, there's no way.
Okay.
No. Yeah,
So,
you can say it. Yeah.
I beat the third.
Oh.
I Expect You to Die. All these games are awesome. I'm guessing you will at least tinker with this present for him.
Yes.
Highly recommend all 3 games. They're so much fun. I also make sure he gets on Quest Plus because I think it comes with 6 months free, and one of the free games this month is Golf Plus. You need to get it.
Okay.
I tinkered with that a little bit. It is a lot of fun, and it is crazy how accurate it is. Because when I'm not trying my hardest to not do it,
Are you
I
serious?
slice it every time.
So it's very realistic.
It's very, yeah. And you can get like a third party, when you're setting it up, it asks you, are
Do
you
you have
just
a
using the
stick?
controller or are you using a third party attachment thing that's got like the golf club handle? I'm tempted. I don't know how much they cost, but I kind of want to get one. But
can we play online?
I haven't according to James, you can.
Okay.
I haven't tried to do that yet. I played a course the other day and I got a birdie on the first hole. I was like, okay. And then I was like, double bogey, double bogey, double bogey, double bogey. I'm like, okay, well, that's more like it.
Yeah.
It's not like playing Mario Golf or Tiger Woods. Like, it's still pretty skill. Like, you can't, I don't think you can suck at golf in real life and be good at this game. I mean, I'm sure you can. It's not like a 1-to-1, but like, it's not just like click, click, click. Like, you need to.
Do you have to swing hard?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, if I'm hitting my driver that it says will go, I can't remember what it says. We'll say 300 yards. If I just do like a nice swing just to make sure I don't slice it, it'll go like 200. Yeah. Like, you need to swing hard if you want to hit the full potential.
Do you have your straps on?
So you only play with one.
Oh, okay.
And no, I don't, but I probably should.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. There's even within the game, you can go to like a virtual, which is just super trippy, but like a virtual top golf. And
That's
it's
awesome.
weird. It's like you're playing fake golf. It's like Inception. It's just so weird, but it's a lot of fun. I was gonna say I'm worse at that than I am real golf, but it's pretty similar. Like, if I get like I don't know how I got that one birdie, but for the most part, if I'm getting pars or even bogeys, I'm pretty happy. But it's a lot of double, triple bogeys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, that's how I golf in real life.
You wish.
Yeah.
I do too.
But I mean, yeah, I think that's all I've really played.
I've been very busy. First off, I played the Fatal Fury City of the Wolves beta. I played as my boy Terry. Fatal Fury, and like I bought Garu Mark of the Wolves, but I only played it for probably 30 minutes or something. So I don't know if that was a pretty in-depth fighting game. Holy crap, this game. I mean, it's been like 2 weeks now since I played it, so I can't remember a lot.
Play totally differently than Fatal Fury?
What?
Garu Mark of the Wolf. Like, does that seem like a totally different game from Fatal Fury, or it's like,
it seems like an evolution of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is like,
I don't know if it was like Street Fighter compared to Mortal Kombat, or if it's just Street Fighter compared to other Street Fighter.
No, so this is like, you know how in like Street Fighter Alpha or Alpha, I think it's Alpha 3, you can choose like Xism, Aism, or Nism, whatever it is in Street Fighter Alpha 3. But when you pick your character, and then it's like you can do Xism, which is normal, Aism, which is super combos or something.
How do you know what you're saying? Aism?
A-ism. X-ism.
I don't remember that. I don't know. Maybe I never played Alpha 3.
What you can choose in Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is you've got this meter, and again, it's been like 2 weeks, so I don't remember what they called it, but there's like this meter that you can either have at it's like a heat up meter at the beginning of your life bar, the middle, or the end. So strategy plays in because when you're in there, you can do like an EX special move, you know? So not a super move, but better than a regular special move. Stuff like that. Also, you've got your super bar that builds up, and it builds up to 2 levels. I think it was
Wendy's.
2 levels. Super bar. What was messing me up for so long is like, why won't you do the friggin' super move? When you only have 1 bar filled, and it's Fatal Fury, so it's just hard punch and light punch. Hard kick, light kick. Nobody uses mediums in Street Fighter anyways, so...
But they don't even exist in Fatal Fury?
No.
Weird.
And then... Well, I finally figured out, because I even went into training mode and stuff, because I was like, there's so much crap to do in here. When you've only got 1 bar filled up, if you want to use your super move, you have to do the motion with light punch. You can't do hard punch.
Okay.
Finally figured that out. It was a lot of fun. I won. The only thing I didn't like about the beta, there's a tutorial you can go into, but there's not an actual training mode where you can just go in and practice. So all you can do is the tutorial, which it's not the same thing. You fight 3 computer fighters to see like how good you are or whatever, to get some kind of initial rank behind the scenes. So they try to match you up with somebody. I beat all 3, barely that last one. And I was like, okay, I'm feeling kind of good. And then I go online. So the only way you can actually do matches after that is to just go online. Not great when you're me. And I haven't really played Fatal Fury since like 95. I won my first match. I was very proud of myself. Second match I lost. Third match I lost. And I was like, I think I've had enough. It's a lot of fun. I'm not going to buy it. I've learned my lesson from Street Fighter 6. I bought that. I played it on one stream, and it has never been played since. But it was really cool. I liked it. Also, check Twitter. Check my Twitter because I just tweeted something. Check Twitter.
Oh, you want me to do that?
What did you think I meant?
I thought you were just talking to the people.
The people. So, I got Platinum number 109. Now,
that's a good one.
Did you even know? Because I didn't until I randomly... Oh, I was looking on Metacritic a couple of weeks ago to look up scores. And you can go to like recent games. And I was like scrolling through to see if I'd missed anything that got scores, and I didn't see it yet. All of a sudden I see the Messenger PS5. And I'm like, wait, what? There's a PS5 version of the Messenger now? Download it. I'm like, this makes me so happy. Let's freaking go. Got all the way through it. I will say...
So did you already have the Platinum?
On PS4, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't auto pop.
Right. Is it free?
Free upgrade. Ooh, 100. Right?
Good, yeah.
So it was 109 for me. It's just as good as I remember. The music is just as good as I remember. It really also made me want to go back and play Sea of Stars again, but I'm like, I just don't have like 25 hours right now. The other thing it made me remember...
You can get that Platinum.
I cannot. Is how much my thumb hurts playing these games right there, right on that knuckle. because you do like jump and attack. So I will
Is
push
it still
down.
a knuckle on the inside? Like that's your knuckle. Is that really a knuckle?
Isn't it all the
I mean, I think it's the joint, but yeah, usually you think of like the knuckles on the outside.
interior knuckle, not anterior? Let's say that.
Yeah.
It hurts so bad because like, let me pick up
Well,
this controller, but like, you know, you're playing it because you're always jumping and attacking. And what I realize is that I don't know if it's just the way I hold it or I get so stressed out that I am always I'm pushing down X so hard that it ends up hurting right here because I'm X there. And then it's like, ow, ow.
but like specific to the Messenger or like any platformer?
Any
or any
old school platformers, I develop interior knuckle trauma.
IKT?
IKT.
I almost said INT, but that's not right.
Not at all. Interior.
Well, no, because knuckle.
Oh, yeah, that would be dumb. Echidna. That game rules. What I found out when I started just trying to look up, and there's not a lot of good videos that I could find that are like, what are the connections between the Messenger and Sea of Stars? Because Sea of Stars is a prequel to the Messenger. It's almost the only things I could find is like, ooh, here's this.
It all takes place on that one island.
Yeah, but here's like, okay, so the two main characters
The dragon.
in Sea of Stars were Valir and I forget the guy, whatever.
I don't know.
Remember, one had sun power, one
Yeah.
had moon power. Do you remember in the Messenger, there's like the sunken area. Once you go, there's one area that's like a maze underwater, and you can get an item before you go in there that'll beep when you're going the right way. It's the Lost Woods. When you get down there and you have to get a sun and a moon thing, that's where you get the ability to run on water, which I forgot you could do. So much fun. And you can run on lava too. But the sun and the moon, that's Valir and whatever the other guy's name is. So it's just like there's so many things that connect. But I love this game. But that's what I was going to say. What I found out when I was just trying to Google stuff about it, it seems overall it was well received. There is a contingent. Nobody cares now because it's like 7 years old. There were a lot of people that did not like the twist. That did not like you get halfway through the game and then whatever. It turns from a Ninja Gaiden game into a Metroidvania. That they thought they were sold a false bill of goods.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It was a good game up until that point.
And then it was like,
but then
whoa.
it was like, yeah.
And I still can't remember. I guess I could go back and listen to our podcast. I don't remember if I knew before playing it that you went from 8 to 16-bit. I feel like that was actually in the trailers, but maybe I didn't watch them.
I didn't know about it, but I also didn't really remember much about this game other than you being like, play this game.
We need to play this.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything, I've already gotten the platinum, but
Yeah.
it's been a while. Is there anything annoying about the platinum that if I try to get the platinum again, I'm going to be like, oh God, I got to do that. Like, I know you got to collect everything. There's a lot of backtracking,
No.
but is it a pretty typical Metroidvania platinum?
Yeah, there's a couple of the challenge rooms that I remember being tougher than they were this time.
Yeah.
The one thing I did have to end up, I don't know how I messed this up. There's 3 times when you can talk to the shopkeeper about the closet. And he's like, don't open that. He's like, I swear, if you open it, you're not going to be able to skip this dialogue. And then he tells you a story for like 5 minutes. The second time, they said, okay, because I was looking at a guide because I didn't want to miss it. When you get to the top of Glacial Peak, there's the shop there. When you go in, shopkeeper's not there. Then you go over and try to open it, and he shows up, and he does this, and then he does the story. I missed this. I don't know, either I didn't go in to the shop, or for some reason my mind went, he's not here, that's weird, and I just kept going about my way. I don't know what it was, but either way, I was going to have to replay it because there's also a missable trophy that I forgot about. You have to get from the beginning of the game all the way up to the Quillshroom Mosh. Mm-hmm. When I tell you to throw a body into the mosh, you throw the body in the mosh. When you go to the Quillshroom Mosh, there's the boss there that's like your size, and she shoots stuff. And
yeah.
You have to get all the way to there and beat her for a trophy without dying.
Oh.
I kept dying once I tried to do this. Once I remembered it was a trophy and I was trying to do this, I kept dying in like the first level because I would just get too overzealous. I would forget that I don't have the power-ups I have in the main game to like hit fireballs and make them go away. Double, like all this crap. I couldn't do it. I could just get knocked into pits. And I finally did it. Once I got past the part where I was dying, I got all the way through it. And it takes like a half hour, so it wasn't that big a deal. But then it took me another hour to get all the way back up to the top of Glacial Peak to talk to him and do that, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and the reason I did a video for my tweet instead of a screenshot was because the screenshot was the same thing as Enter Magnolia, white. And I was like, son of a bitch. Like I wanted to beat the game to have that be the last trophy because I was thinking it would be cool, and it wasn't. Do you remember that? Do you remember the do the thing?
Yeah.
Them talking about that. It's so well written. Oh, it's so good. What this gives me hope for, though, is that this came out in 2018. They revealed Sea of Stars, their Kickstarter and everything in 2021. 3 years difference. Or maybe it was 2020. No, it was 2020. 2 years difference. Sea of Stars came out in 23. It's now 2 years. So I'm hoping maybe toward the end of this year, we'll see whatever they're doing next, which I assume is going to be a third Messenger verse game. And I can't freaking wait.
I hope so.
I
would rather just have Messenger 2. Like you've done a Metroidvania, you've done an RPG. I don't know what else you can do.
Right.
We don't need Sea of Stars 2 yet. Give us Messenger 2.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
You should go get the Platinum. It's, again, I should say, so much fun. It's so good. And it was just like, I don't know what to play right now, whatever. And then I saw that and I was like, that's it. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. It only took me 15 hours, and about an hour and a half to 2 hours of that was going back and getting the trophies that I screwed up.
Yeah.
So you can do it in 12 to 13. Also, I played this, a demo for a game which just came out today. The problem is that I drafted it, and that game is Beyond the Ice Palace 2. The problem with me drafting it is right now it has 1 score.
And it is?
An 8. But it doesn't matter because you have to get to 4 for Metacritic to post a score. Maybe, I don't know. It's got 1 score. So that's probably going to count as a 0. So if one of my games doesn't come out, there's my 2 zeros right there, and I'm right back to where I was last year.
That obscure of a title that
I didn't think it was. So maybe it's just like because I found out about it and I've been following it that I thought. But I did have the thought that night after we drafted, and I was looking back at my games and I was like, that's one that worries me that it might not get. I didn't think it was going to get 1 though. I thought it might get 3, like something. Right. Because it is a smaller game and everything. But anyway, so Beyond the Ice Palace 2 is. So I played the demo on Steam. I don't know if it's as good as I wanted it to be. I don't know that I'm going to buy the game yet. It is good. Now you play as this like fallen god. You've got these basically you're Kratos in a 2D Metroidvania. Beautiful pixel art, all that. This dude is slow AF, as the kids would say. He walks like you walk in Castlevania 1 and Castlevania 3. Man, Castlevania's 1 through 3.
What's the like graphical style? Is it like 16-bit kind of? Or is it like more? Is it
it's
like
16-bit? It's 16-bit. Yeah. It's beautiful pixel art. It's great. The major hook is your hooks or whatever you have, your chain weapon, Blades of Chaos things, because you can use them. Like you'll see like grapple, like you use them as enemy. You use them as weapons. You use them as a grapple hook. You use them as a way to open chests and to open doors and to rip locks off of things. The one thing that was really annoying is I never liked grapple beams and stuff. Like that's why Super Metroid was not super high on my all-time Metroidvanias list, is really because that stupid stupid grapple beam. This you have to jump, and he must weigh 1,000 pounds because when he jumps, he falls. Like you do it really feels like a Castlevania 1 or a 3 jump. Yeah. You do have a tiny bit of control, but I mean a tiny bit. So if you jump up, like there's so many times where I would jump off a ledge, here's the circle thing, and I would go whoosh, and I would either do it too early because I was like, well, obviously if I'm going to fall and it's going to hit it and I'll swing. No, you have to hit that. I don't know if it's like a small hitbox on it or whatever, but that got to be annoying. I watched a review for it. He doesn't ever get any faster. That's one thing I don't like.
Joey Bosa to the Bills.
I hope they didn't pay much. Or I hope
$1 mil.
incentives.
I mean, 1 year, $12 mil.
Oh my God, that better be incentives. It's a good game. Like I beat one mini boss. Oh, he does have this cool thing where if you do have a dodge thing, and if you do their perfect dodge, which it seems like it has a really big window for you to do it. It's really easy. When you do the perfect dodge, it slows down, it zooms in on you, and you go and you go behind the guy, and then you can turn around, whatever enemy it is, boss, regular, whatever, turn around, and then bam, and then he goes to attack you again, bam. It's pretty cool looking. Like I said, I don't know that I'm gonna buy it. I might. It's $20. I don't know. But I'm not like, I thought I was going to play the demo and be like, hell yeah, let's go. And I guess in all the trailers that I saw, we never just saw him like just walking, because I would have been like, well, that dude is slow. It's good. It's not great, is what I would say. But the main reason I know I'm not buying it is because I'm playing a new game right now. And I couldn't wait for PlayStation. I got Blade Chimera. Now, Blade Chimera is the game I told Sean about. Blade Chimera is a game. It's a pixel art game that just came out at the end of January. It is from, what's it called? Team Ladybug. Team Ladybug made, I think this is like their fourth game. The big game they had that a lot of people said is a great Metroidvania you need to check out, and now I'm going to after playing this. I always think, I don't know if I get the name right or wrong. Record of Lodos, Deed Lit, and Wonder, I think is the name of it. Whatever. This is so much easier.
Say that slower.
Record of Lodos, Lodoss, not a real word. Well, Deed Lit, in Wonder. I don't know what it means.
Okay.
Sean, I wrote, my first note on this game is I wrote, this game fucking rules even on Switch. Now, to be fair, I did start playing it with my Pro Controller and that fucking D-pad. So I charged up my 8-bit dough and it actually connected easily. Ever since I switched to that with the SNES D-pad, freaking flawless. This game is, so it's a Metroidvania, but first off, you can get an early power-up you can get, like there's a skill tree and stuff. One of the early power-ups you get is a warp. You can warp anywhere at any time if you've uncovered it on the map. You can just go like that square. Boop, boop. It's awesome. Wow. Because so far it seems, and I've played it for maybe 3 or 4 hours and I'm already hooked. It seems like, so it's a Metroidvania, but it seems like it's very mission-based. So think of like it's Fusion that you said, right? That's always like, go here on the map.
Right.
This kind of does that because you've got like you work, your name is Shin, you work for like the church or something to try to rid the world of demons. You also just woke up from a cryogenic sleep. You went to sleep 30 years ago. 30 years ago is when the demons showed up. There's some funny stuff going on, whatever. But you've got this lady that you work with, Saito or something, I think her name is. And she tells you like, oh, we heard that there's a, what are they? Titanic demon. So the bosses in this are Titanic demons. They're big demons. Over by the park, go over there. And it'll like put the mark on your map, but you haven't gone there yet.
Right.
So
that's very Fusion.
Okay. The combat in this is so friggin' good. I had to remap the controls though, because it had B or not B. What am I saying? Well, okay. Yeah. It's switched. So B and Y as your two attacks. And then A is jump. And I said, So I said, Y is my main weapon. Y is my main weapon. And then X is your second weapon. One of the reasons I love this so much is like one of the things I always go back and forth on is like, okay, I used to think I liked Metroidvanias that were gun-based. Pew, pew. And then I was like, no, I definitely like melee combat better. Sandwiched together. Now you can equip two weapons at any time, Y and X. But what I've been doing is Y is my gun, X is my blade. And it is so cool. The main hook of the game is you've got this floaty sword familiar thing that is a demon, but she's a good demon named Lux. I think it's Lux or Luz, something like that. Lulz. I don't know what I'm going to call her. Lulz. She's a green demon. She's really nice. And she's like, I can help you. And it seems like I'm guessing by the time I get through the story, I probably knew her before my cryogenic sleep or something. I don't know. But as time goes on, so you can, and so I've got it mapped so that A is my use her button. So she's a floating green sword on your back, and then you can push A to attack. But one of the first things she teaches you is, hey, what you can do is if you jump and you push A next to a wall, you throw the sword, you push the sword into the wall.
It's like a platform.
And you land on it. So even if it doesn't look like you should land on it, they're very forgiving. I'm like, this is nice that it's almost like you stick it in and then you kind of teleport up on top of it or whatever. That's cool. You also find out that you can use her to manipulate things in the environment. So things that basically it's like time manipulation. Or no, you can make stuff appear because there's these time dilations or something where it's like you get like a green outline of a car. You're fighting this giant dragon boss who comes in and she's like, oh wait, there's a time dilation. Push A to use it. And I go, boom, and this car comes up and then he's got the fire, but now I've got the car there. But using her uses your MP. But when you kill enemies with your regular weapons, you get MP back. So but if you kill weapons with your attack with her, you get HP back. So it's like a balance.
It's like Doom.
I was going to say it's kind of like Doom Eternal, but not really. But like it's like a dance of like when I get low on health, I'm like, oh shit. And you've got this really cool move that if you push down in A or down in Luz with her. Derek, I've been playing Killzone for the first time. I had to turn up the brightness all the way on my TV because it's so gray and dark. That sounds like PS3 Killzone is going to be my guess. You've got this move where you push down, and for me, it's A. Down and A, and you stab the sword into the ground, but then what she does is she forms a barrier around you. So if enemies shoot at you, you want to put that up. And then when they're done, and you can shoot through it. But of course, it's like you can't just use it all the time because it doesn't stop enemies that melee you. Or there's this one guy that throws like electric balls. They just roll across the floor, and I was like, let's see if it'll stop this. It did not. Enemies hit hard in this. The other thing that you can do is so you can push A to throw your demon sword into a wall, whatever. Because there's some things where she's like, I can't go through that area there. It'll hurt me. It'll kill me. And it's like, but remember, I can go through walls. So then you got to say, okay, I've got to avoid this purple light. I'm going to put the sword in here. I'm going to go down. I can walk through the purple light fine. And now that I'm under here, I can call it back. You push A again to call it back to you like Kratos. But the cool thing is once you put it somewhere, if you don't push A to call it back, she stays there and you kind of get these like dots between you and the sword so you can tell where it is. And it starts counting up. I don't know how it calculates it, but it's some kind of a combination of time and also distance away from her. And if you get up to like, I think 10 is the highest it goes, but the longer you're in there, the more MP it's using. But when you push A to call it back, you can use it. So like if there's an enemy up and above you and you threw her down there in a wall, it's like, ooh, that's aim right. Push A to go boom. And she does like this. She does like this major like fireball. She turns into like a fireball and like does major damage. It's so cool. She also, you'll see like, ooh, now it turns into a grappling hook. That doesn't suck. Oh yeah, some of the checkpoints are really far apart. The only thing I don't like about it, no in-game clock. Are you kidding me? Why? And I checked my save file and it says the day and the time you saved it, but not your playtime. The menus aren't great, but that's all I can say that's bad about this game. I've died at some of the boss. Oh, and a lot of times when you beat the bosses or you think you beat the boss, you haven't actually beaten the boss. It can be difficult, but it doesn't feel like it's not like a 2D Soulsborne. It's nothing like that. Learn the patterns, learn how to use your demon sword lady friend, and you're good to go. I am so glad that I didn't wait to see if this comes out on PlayStation and I don't know if you can wait, but it is this right now, after only playing it for 3 or 4 hours, like right now, I think Enter Magnolia coming into this was obviously my game of the year because we've only had that and Split Fiction, which we'll talk about here in a second. I think I like this better. This is more action focused, and it is just, I can't even describe it any more than I already have.
What was it, like $20?
$20. I think this is my game of the year right now. Blade Chimera, Derek.
Wow.
I can't remember. I don't know when you got here. Blade Chimera. It's friggin' awesome. It makes me want to go back and play Record of Lodos, Deedlit, and Wonder. Yeah, it's just fantastic. It's so freaking good. I couldn't find anything online to say if it is actually coming to PlayStation or not. But now that I know how much I like it, I'm like, okay, I will support this Team Ladybug, and I will buy it twice, and I will maybe get the Platinum, depending on... I've looked up the Steam achievements, but it didn't seem like it was a full list. I don't know, but it's fantastic. It's only out on Switch and Steam right now, but it's fantastic. My game of the year so far. Sean.
Wow.
We started playing a little game on the channel called Split Fiction. Sold 1 million copies in the first day. As of today, which is Tuesday, or no, in the first 48 hours, 4 million people played it. That's freaking awesome. Now, I think people played because there's the EA Origin thing. There's the Friend Pass. So I don't know. But they've at least sold 1 million copies, which is awesome. I've been talking for a while. Never heard of it, but I just watched some gameplay. It looks really good. It's freaking awesome. Sean, Split Fiction.
Yeah, it's pretty good. No, it's a lot of fun. What it kind of makes me want to do, not anytime soon, is go back and do It Takes Two Let's Play.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game is better. I don't remember there being any combat in the other one.
It takes two.
Two.
In my
But
mind,
maybe I
it
just
was
don't
like
remember.
just puzzles and stuff, but I don't know.
But I mean, the combat in this is like, it's secondary. I feel like it's definitely more of a puzzle game. It's just fun. Like, it's not a perfect game. It looks fine. The voice acting, not great.
That is one thing that I was like, this is a 91 on Metacritic or whatever. I'm like, am I missing something? Because the voice acting, I feel like it's really bad. And I haven't seen anybody else say that. But then when I listened to GameScoop, they were like, oh my God, the writing in this game is just awful. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It's not just us.
But it doesn't, I don't think it takes away from anything.
No.
It is super fun. I'm not ready to say it's my game of the year. I've only played 2 games. But I think by the end of it, it could be.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's going to get old. It doesn't seem like it's going to get worse. I only really see it getting better. Where would you say, based on what you know and what you saw when we played, are we like 1/6 of the way through?
That's what I would guess, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not that long, but it's, I don't know.
It's still so weird that we haven't popped a single trophy.
That does seem strange. Yeah.
It does have trophies. I
You
checked
think there'd
that.
be like story bait, like
Yes.
a trophy, at least a trophy, just like every
Complete chapter 1.
chapter you beat, or the first time you die, or like, I don't know. So that seems strange.
James Games and more. What up?
But yeah, I love it. I can't wait to do our second Let's Play.
One of the things I'm wondering about is how many more video game references it's going to have. Like, there's a part near the beginning where you take it, you do Assassin's Creed. And I was like, oh, okay. You just jump off the roof and you nosedive into hay. And I was like, that's Assassin's Creed. And then Sean and I get to a part, and I went back and watched it. We both go, when they're like, now it's time to traverse. The door opens, the sands of time. And you and I go, oh.
I wonder how much of that is on purpose.
Oh, it's got to be 100% on purpose.
You think so?
It has to be, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird because we don't have that much to talk about because I got stuck working, so I just got home. Ugh. This isn't a game where it's like, I've played it for 10 hours and you've played it for 2, or vice versa. It's like we both played it for 1 hour.
Right. Yeah.
We can't play it apart. I mean, we could, but then we wouldn't have the channel. I mean, we'd have the, you know what I mean.
I will say it's a cool concept.
I love the idea. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was just, you go between this world and you go between this world and this world. But it's like, there's this world and this world, but then there's like all these little, I don't want to say mini worlds, but like, it's always a little bit different, it seems like. So far, I mean, who knows what will happen later on. Maybe you start repeating some of the things. I don't know, but it's a lot of fun.
That's the thing. I feel like I said it like 5 times or something. I was like, this game is so much fun. I just kept saying
that's what it is. Yeah.
Like, it's just pure fun. Yeah. It controls great. I do agree with Sean that combat is definitely not the main focus. The main focus is like puzzle solving and traversal and working together. There was a couple times when
every time you say traversal, I think you're going to say traverses.
Traversal. Yeah, I don't know. Really nothing else I could say. It's great. I love it. This year
check out our Let's Play.
Start. Yeah, check out our Let's Play.
More coming.
The year's off to a great start. I will say that. We're 2 months away from Doom: The Dark Ages. Yeah, this is going to be a banger year. I can't wait.
Should be.
Sean. I only wrote one thing down for the news. So let's get into it. And that is Xbox hardware news that just broke yesterday. This comes from Eurogamer. Microsoft is reportedly aiming to release its next-gen Xbox Series XS successor in 2027, with a much-rumored handheld Xbox arriving later this year. That's according to Windows Central, which reports an Xbox Series XS successor has been greenlit, quote, all the way up to CEO Satya Nadella, end quote, and is now fully in production. The publication doesn't have much to share in the way of specifics, but it claims the new console is a, quote, premium successor to the powerful Xbox Series X, end quote, and is currently slated for a 2027 release. So that's interesting, because they may be trying... Yeah, what are you thinking?
It's just weird that... Do they mean a successor, as in, like, here's just the next thing that we're releasing? In the same way that the PSVR 2 was a successor to PS5, or this is like, no, we're already to next gen.
This is next gen, yeah.
That seems strange. And it's a handheld?
No. 2 separate things.
Oh, okay. I was very confused.
Microsoft has, of course, already confirmed it's working on a Series XS successor, with Xbox President Sarah Bond last year saying amid fans here.
With a much... Okay. XS successor in 27
with a handheld later this
Additionally,
year. Right.
I thought it was saying there's a successor coming with a much rumored handheld. Like that was the like successor. Yeah, I was very confused. Okay. I'm calibrated now.
While 2027 is obviously still some considerable ways off, Windows Central says Microsoft has other Xbox hardware plans due to reach fruition much sooner. The company is reportedly currently working alongside an unspecified PC gaming OEM. What does that mean?
No.
Obsolete emulation maker?
Original equipment manufacturer.
Oh, it just means OEM?
I assume. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. To launch an Xbox-branded gaming handheld later this year. It's claimed the device is being developed under the codename Keenan.
What?
And will, according to Windows Central sources, look unmistakably Xbox, sporting familiar design sensibilities.
It's just going to be a giant box that you hold on to.
And even an Xbox guide button. Yeah, I think that just means it's going to be black with colored buttons, is what I think that means.
Probably.
The idea of an Xbox handheld is nothing new. Back in 2017, Xbox boss Phil Spencer revealed Microsoft had, quote, roughly designed an Xbox handheld, end quote, in the past. However, he's repeatedly returned to the subject over the last year, fueling speculation the project had been revived. When questioned about a potential Xbox handheld last November, Spencer suggested any such devices would still be a few years away, but with Switch 2 looming and reports suggesting Sony is also working on its own handheld device in the form of a portable PS5, that has not been confirmed at all.
Yeah,
They're just working on something that's handheld. It might be Microsoft felt the need to accelerate its plans. Interestingly, Sound like middle name, first name, interesting.
Interestingly.
Windows Central claims Microsoft is also internally developing its own Xbox gaming handheld. Separate from this year's partner machine, which is due to release alongside its Series XS successor and several new controller options in 2027. Okay, that's what I thought, because there was a whole hubbub.
So there's 2 handhelds being developed?
The handheld that could be coming out this year is really like a portable Xbox branded thing, but it's really like a portable Windows game player with an actual
This
portable...
is an Xbox.
I mean, everything's an Xbox. All this comes after 2024 that saw Microsoft's continued dedication to the console market repeatedly questioned, that's a hard word to say, why did I say it again? Following its decision to bring select first-party Xbox games to other platforms. And while that multi-platform strategy is accelerating in 2025, the company has been keen to reiterate its commitment to the Xbox hardware business. Last year announcing 3 new Xbox console variants alongside talk of its next-gen plans. Also, I just realized I forgot to put something in the rundown. It's rumored that we're getting a Gears collection on PS5 in August, 1 through 3. Come to Papa. We're going to be playing, if we want, this year, I'm pretty sure, Halo and Gears of War on PlayStation. Are you frozen? Did you glitch?
I don't...
What?
I don't know that I care. I feel like I missed out. I've played Halo. It's whatever.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the handheld.
Gears, I feel like I definitely missed out on. But I feel like just being like, hey, here's Gears 1, 2, and 3. 15 years, I don't know, however, whenever they came out.
Almost 20. It was 06, I think.
I just feel like they're going to be kind of underwhelming. I can't imagine those games.
They're going to be somewhat remaster / remakes. So they've already done Gears 1.
I'm not even talking from like just a graphics presentation standpoint. I feel like it would be like re-releasing, like what if Rising Revengeance was just like, here it is again, go play it. I'd be like, I'm good.
It's probably
like,
going to be Volume 2.
Probably. But like, that's kind of how I feel about this. And I never played that either. But like, I don't know. I think Gears of War is more universally praised than Rising Revengeance. I will say that.
Yes.
But still, I'm like, I don't know. We'll
I'm
see.
all in just because I want to just see Gears of War running on my PlayStation 5. That is freaking weird. And Halo. Now we're off topic. Xbox Gears 1 through 3 are great. There you go, Derek. Xbox handheld. Cool. I'm so confused because there was like Tom Henderson was saying it's not an Xbox handheld. Basically, Jez Corden wasn't saying there's an Xbox handheld coming out this year. People just ran with it, saying that it was going to be a portable Xbox. But I don't know, what is a portable OEM PC that plays...
This is a portable
difference?
Xbox.
This is an Xbox. Like, so I don't know. There's a whole hullabaloo about that. But basically, they're making an Xbox branded
in all seriousness,
ROG Ally.
Oh, I was going to say, isn't a Steam Deck an Xbox? Can't you just... I
don't know enough because I don't understand the. I think you can run Game Pass on it, but I don't. I'm way out of my element there.
Yeah,
but I think it's exciting. Can't wait to see it be unveiled at E3. Oh wait, that doesn't exist. Sean, now it's time for the wrap up. You might be confused as to why Kevin didn't have a news item for his most anticipated game of the year, that being Death Stranding 2, which we now know is out June 26th, 2025. First off...
No, I didn't watch.
Let's friggin' go. Second off, oh my God, I can't... Summer? Remember, games didn't used to come out in the summer. That's long gone. Last of Us 1 came out in June, like a day before E3 or something weird. It's not native, if I recall. Oh, it's not native Game Pass. That's what he meant. Okay. So we got a 10-minute trailer from Kojima. They announced the digital deluxe edition. They also announced a collector's edition, which is like $230. So in the trailer, it does show this new character named Neil, who is definitely not Solid Snake, even though he looks like he's like this Italian actor that Kojima's in love with because Kojima's Kojima. And he plays Neil, and they show him put on the bandana. They show him in like a sneaking suit. But then he's doing what Cliff did in the first game when he's controlling he's like, and he's controlling the skeleton soldiers. Oh my God, I got to get this shoulder looked at. We see the ship, which is called the Magellan, straight up turn into Metal Gear Rex. Like the ship always looked like Metal Gear Rex, but this is the first time I think we've seen it. And now it's like standing on top of Mr. Tarman or something. And
that could be an actual person's name, and I wouldn't.
It is Tarman. That's who not George Orwell. What's
George Orwell?
Yeah, what's the guy's name that did Mad Max? George.
Oh,
Miller. George Miller.
Yeah,
he's Tarman.
But you called him Mr. Tarman, which was even
because
dumber.
It wasn't. I didn't mean Tarman the character. I meant this tar raises up, and the Metal Gear, the ship is like the head of the Tar Metal Gear. So that's why I said Tarman.
Tartar Gear.
Tarmander. Also, we see a jungle. Now, I will say this. I didn't watch the trailer. I've seen the screenshots. I've seen little clips here and there.
Okay, do you think there's any chance this is related to Metal Gear, or is this just
there's literally
Kojima?
There's literally no chance. Python Selkin, they put out a video before the original Death Stranding came out that it's secretly a Metal Gear game. No, they were wrong. This is not a Metal Gear game, but he is.
But do you think there's any chance it's as close to Metal Gear as Sea of Stars was to Messenger? Like, do you think he's gonna try to
No, I think
shoehorn something in to say?
I think it's just Kojima being his weirdest and just being like, you know who he looks like, you know what that ship looks like, right? And then you got Troy Baker is alive and he's got an octopus for a tongue, an octopus tentacle for a tongue at one point. I don't want
the guitar guy.
Yeah,
Guitar Man.
Yeah. No, his name is Higgs. Thank you very much. At first, when I saw this Neil guy, I thought he was like maybe a young Troy Baker, like a young Higgs, but he's a completely different character. I'm going to try to not watch this trailer. I feel like I'm now 2 days removed. I feel like I can do it. I don't think we're going to get we're not going to have a state of play dedicated to the game. I know they showed him talking to porters and actually doing delivery. So it seems like it's going to be way more action focused than the first game, but it is still Death Stranding. It is still a
walking simulator.
I am so friggin' excited. I'm so proud of myself for not watching the trailer, and I'm going to try to keep doing that. But that's why I didn't put it in as a news item, because I can't sit here and talk about it for 20 minutes because stay strong, Kev.
The last time I did what you're trying to do, it was Star Wars Episode 8.
It was
Just
8, not 9.
Throw that out there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because after 8, you're like, fuck this, who cares? This shit sucks. WB announced they shut down 3 studios, and they canceled the Wonder Woman game. So Monolith, Player First Games, and WB San Diego were all shut down. By the way, EA does still hold the trademark for the Nemesis system. This sucks. People said there were some reports that the Wonder Woman game just looked beautiful and all this, but I'm like, I don't know why you would choose to make a game about Wonder Woman.
I feel like if you did, it's just going to be, not that it's a bad thing, it would be like another Arkham game. Like, I can just see, like...
But she's based...
Like, it's just like... I just feel like it's a reskinned Arkham game.
Which is what Spider-Man is.
Yeah, but...
But I mean more just because she's so damn powerful. It's why you can't make a Superman game. Because he just... And they go flying. Like...
It's true, yeah.
So, I don't know. Obviously, it sucks. There's rumors that Rocksteady, their next game is going to be a Batman Beyond game. That doesn't really... I've never been that into Batman Beyond.
No.
I'm sure I would end up getting it, I guess, but yeah. We got some more details on the Switch, too, from a filing with the FCC. It does confirm that NFC is going to be there in the right Joy-Con like it was on the first one to do your... With the Amiibo? What? Near-field communication.
No, I was it really only the right Joy-Con?
Yeah.
If anything, I would have thought it was the left.
I think it was the right.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Pro controller.
Yeah, where you do it like in the middle.
Because I would always do it with my right hand.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to...
Okay, yeah.
Like, I would just hold... I don't know, that's weird. It's weird that it's only in one.
You can charge... So we already knew there was a USB-C up top and a USB-C down low. You can use either of them to charge. Seems like that's probably it. There were some people that were trying to be like, dude, that top USB-C, it's going to be to attach a second screen. What the hell are you talking about? Does have Wi-Fi 6, but we got nothing about, we got something about the dock functionality. Did you mean to say that EA owns a trademark for the Nemesis system?
Trademark.
Isn't it owned by WB? Did I say EA? Yeah, I meant WB. Idiot, Kevin. Yes, I definitely meant WB. Former Nintendo employee said it's definitely releasing this summer. He said also the retailers have no idea when it's coming out. But we don't know anything about the dock still, so we don't know if it, like we covered in our questions we still have about Switch 2. We don't know if it's going to upscale or whatever. Forza Horizon 5, it was announced. I find this pretty friggin' hilarious, I must say. To play Forza Horizon 5 on your PS5, you will first need a PSN account because it's digital only, so you have to download it. It's not getting a physical release. Also, you will also need a Microsoft account, which I just find hilarious.
Any of these games, especially when you need to create an account, but even when you don't need to create an account, all of the games, I think EA does it a lot. I think Ubisoft does it, where you have to like read the terms of service and like accept, like that is such, it always gets me off on the wrong foot for any game. Anytime a game starts with that, I'm immediately just like, this is the dumb, why? Why do I have to do this?
So they can mine your data and
It's
figure out
just
stuff
so
about the game.
stupid.
Yeah. I think it's just funny. Like people were mad about PSN, about PlayStation games on PC requiring a PSN account. Well, now you're going to be on your PlayStation 5 with a Microsoft account. I think it's just hilarious. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is rumored to come out for PS5 on April 17th with early access, getting it 2 days early if you choose so. If you so choose.
Are you getting it? Are you on the fence?
I'm on the fence, but I'm definitely leaning towards getting it. Like
I feel like I'm almost guaranteed to get it. Just because I'm like, I need something. I don't even care that it's an Xbox game. I'm like, I got to be excited about something. I think I'm going to get it.
I all the way up until release, I was like, I don't know how this is going to work in first person. I've heard everybody said it just does. It just works.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 Remastered finally got announced after leaking a whole bunch. It's out July 11th. PSVR 2 got a permanent price drop from $550 all the way down to $400. I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, I don't know
if you're not.
If there's anybody out there that's like,
it,
man, I would love to get it if only it were only $400.
Right.
Like, it's dead in the water.
Sean officially won the contest in our fantasy league. That was the contest to see who gets a game delayed until 2026 first. That was Fable, which Sean drafted. James says Indy was his game of the year. He said 2025, but I think you mean 2024.
Wow. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody,
Yeah, I was on the fence pending reviews, and all the reviews seemed to be positive. So unless somehow the PlayStation reviews suck, and they're like, this is terrible. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm almost certainly going to get it.
2026 for Fable. Sorry, Sean. Konami and Bloober Team have announced they are working on another game, quote, based on Konami's IP, end quote. No more details given. People assume it's going to be another Silent Hill. Oh, they're doing on March 13th, they're doing a Silent Hill transmission about Silent Hill F, which they like announced and then nobody knows anything about it. I really care. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be like a Silent Hill 3 remake or something. It would be cool if it was like a 3D Castlevania, though. I don't know. PlayStation revealed a The Last of Us DualSense ahead of Season 2 coming in April. Also, Neil Druckmann was interviewed, and he said, quote, unquote, don't bet on there being more Last of Us, end quote, when referring to a third game. Good.
Good.
You already fucked it up.
Are you going
to
watch?
I have to. It's
even when they do the thing, you're gonna keep watching.
Do the thing. I don't know. It's gonna depend on how they do the thing. I don't think it's gonna happen an hour into it. I don't think it's gonna happen in episode 1 like it happened in the stupid game.
I don't think so either.
And it might. It's either gonna end this season or it's not gonna happen this season. It might start off next season. Who knows? But it all depends how they're gonna do it. Freaking stupid ass. Intergalactic better be good. Black Panther actor Carrie Payton slipped that Marvel 1943 is currently planned to come out in Christmas 2025. Another of Sean's games. He's barely hanging on that one. Do you recognize that game name? Yes, he played the Ezekiel or something in Walking Dead. I don't care. I didn't watch that. Do you recognize that? He's been in video games before, but from a specific
on the
game.
Supersonics in the mid-90s.
Not Gary. Carrie.
I have no idea.
Drebin in MGS4. Yep.
Okay.
That's one of those names because it's such like a like weird / cool spelling of Carrie, or I don't know how you pronounce it. I could be pronouncing it wrong.
Kyrie.
I've always remembered that. Yep. Sure, that. PlayStation beta program was announced for PS5 and PC. I signed up for this. Obviously, I don't know if I'm going to get selected, but I'm also like, I heard Dustin talking about it, and I was like, yeah, why do I want to do this? Why am I going to risk like screwing up my PS5? Remember, I borked my stupid iPad, which would not come back on after I tried to do a beta update on that. I'm like, what am I thinking? I don't want to do this. If it's like just to play a game, cool. I don't think I'm going to want to do anything firmware related, but we'll see. Ubisoft did confirm that Assassin's Creed Shadows is 30 to 40 hours long. It's also completely leaked, apparently, which is just horrible, and people are jackasses, so that sucks. Monster Hunter Wilds sells 8 million copies in its first 3 days.
Holy crap.
Fastest selling Capcom game ever.
Is there any part of you that's interested?
I just don't get it. No, because I don't know if
Is
I
it
can
like
play
adult
it by
Pokemon?
myself. No, you're like, it's not Shadow of the Colossus, but it's like that. You're hunting big.
But is that how all Monster Hunter games were, or just this one?
Yeah, that's how they
Okay.
are.
I always pictured it being like
But I don't
more
know if
realistic Pokemon.
No, but I don't know if they're like if they're just co-op or if I can play by myself. Am I alone or do I have AI partners? I could probably Google this stuff. That the internet does exist, but I'm like, right now I'm happy with Blade Chimera. For some reason, Acclaim has been resurrected after it went bankrupt in 2004. Also, this is hilarious. For some reason, Jeff Jarrett has been hired as an advisor. What? They don't even own any IP anymore. They sold as part of their bankruptcy when they liquidated all their IP to pay off creditors and stuff. They don't own anything. Okay. Switch Online got a couple updates for Game Boy. We got Donkey Kong 94 and Mario Picross.
Woohoo.
Speaking of woohoo, PS Plus Essentials for March were announced, and they include Dragon Age the Veilguard, 4 months after it came out. Tell me a game bombed without telling me a game bombed. Sonic Colors Ultimate, which I actually want to check out, and then TMNT, the Cowabunga Collection, which obviously we already own. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been fun. This has been episode 378 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. We will be back next time. But until that next time, Sean, go and take us out.
Thank you for playing.